The BioEcological Learning Theory by Aaron Kenny, Bart Nannery, Eoin Gaffney, Cian Mulligan and Simon Duffy. Have you ever wondered what moulds a child, or what leads them in the direction in which they act every day? Meet James. We are going to take a trip through what moulds James into who he is today. We are going to see what exactly moulds James into the man he is today by taking a look into the bioecological learning theory. Bioecological learning is a very vast area to cover. For our presentation, we are going to focus on Brentford Burner's ecological systems theory. This is the foundation on which bioecological learning is founded. It is fundamental to understanding this area first, to understand the other areas in the bioecological learning. Ecological systems theory identifies the 5 environmental systems with which the individual interacts. These areas are the Microsystem, the Mesosystem, the Ezosystem, the Macrosystem and the Chronosystem. First, we're going to look at the Microsystem. This system is closest to the person and is the one in which they have direct contact. Some examples of the Microsystem are the home, the church, the workplace and school. A microsystem will involve relationships with family, friends or guardians, so will be in the early stages of our lifetime. These relationships are multi-directional, which means that your reactions to people in your microsystem will affect how they treat you back. A microsystem example, we're going to take a look at the life of James. The home environment is part of James's microsystem. This includes his interaction with his parents and siblings in the household. Another part of James's microsystem is his life in school. There he has interactions with his classmates and teachers. In this first video, we see how James gets the answer to a simple maths question wrong. He is jeered and taunted by his classmates, and he is disappointed in himself, and he leaves the class. In this video, we see James gets the answer right to the maths question, as in congratulated by the teacher. We can see how delighted he is by the look on his face, and this reacts positively and it boosts his mental being. We're now going to look at the Mesosystem. The Mesosystem consists of the interactions between the different parts of a person's microsystem. In the Mesosystem, the person's individual microsystems are not independent of each other, but are rather interconnected. Some examples include the family, the religious settings, and the classroom. These interactions have a direct influence on the person. An example of this, in the case of James, would be the relationship between James's parents and his teachers. James's parents are friends with his teacher, respect her as a teacher and participate in school activities. This, as a result, has a positive effect on James as his microsystems are helping each other. In this first video, we see a positive interaction between the teacher and James's father. This will have a positive reflection on James. But in the second video, we see how James's father and his teacher have a negative interaction. This negative interaction can have a poor reflection on James and can leave James less likely to interact fully or participate well in class. We're now going to look at the Exosystem. This is a setting that does not involve the person as an active participant, but still affects them. This area includes decisions that affect an individual, but they have no say in those decisions. Using James as an example yet again, he has no say in the fact that his father goes overseas with the military, but it still directly affects him. When James's father goes overseas, it affects his classwork as he cannot concentrate and is always worrying about his father's safety. This, as a result, has a negative effect on James's development, despite not being able to control it. In this video, we see how James is distracted from the class by the thought of his father. We see from the picture on the wall that the thought of his father abroad and in danger never leaves him. And this results in James having a negative experience in the classroom and having bother interacting and keeping his attention on the class. We're now going to look at the Macrosystem. The Macrosystem consists of the cultural environment with which the person lives and all other systems that affect them. Some examples of the environments can include the economy, the cultural systems, and political systems. The Macrosystem can have either positive or negative effect on the development of the person. As an example, we will once again look at James's life. An important element of James's life is that he is a military child and as a result has lived in many different countries. James is also influenced by values of military community that he and his family belongs to, for example, cultural systems. In this short clip, we see how James has a religious faith. This faith helps him to deal with his life and his life problems. It gives him somewhat a sense of security. We're now going to finally look at the Chronosystem. The Chronosystem is the dimension of time in relation to a person's development. Time can be relevant in different ways, but how, you may ask? The timing of an event in the life of a person's development can have different outcomes. For example, the death of a loved one would affect a 3-year-old differently to how it would affect a teenager. Time can also be an influence in relation to historical events or conditions that exist in the person's life. For example, the effects of growing up during the famine or growing up during the Troubles. Using James once again as an example, technology is an important element of his Chronosystem. James has been brought up from a young age playing video games and using a computer. This gives him a development impact on his learning style and social skills. In this final clip, we see a major life event unfolding in James's life. This event can impact James's life and can leave him with a very different outlook on the future and what he sees for the future. So, what have we learned? Well, we now know that James is steered into his path by the different systems in the bioecological theory. We know that this is relatable to us. As teachers, we can see exactly how the different systems in a child's life are moulding him or her into the adult they are going to be. We have learned about the Bronfer-Berners theory, the bioecological model, the different systems that make up this model, and how this theory relates to education today. What new skills have we developed? We have learned how to communicate and work as a group. We have learned how to video a film to a high standard. We have learned how to edit and trim footage using certain softwares and how to add in and take away audio from a video. We would of course like to thank the lecturers and tutors of both education modules EN 4022 and EN 4032 for their help in assisting us in the making of this project. We would like to thank all areas in which we filmed, especially Milford Church for allowing us to use their facilities to video. We would like to thank the University of Limerick for supplying us with the equipment. And of course we would like to thank you very much for watching.